Welcome back to another episode of Pints and Paints, guys. It's good to have you back. Had an exciting weekend last weekend. Brought you guys along for a little bit of that journey with Mr. Dan Edwistle, showing him some of the wonderful sights and things to see in our great province of Ontario and country of Canada. So it's been a flurry of activity with Brits coming over the last couple months. So it's been great to have them. Great to spend some time. It was great meeting Dave, but particularly Dan. Obviously, we hung out quite a bit at Nova last year, so it was really good to get back in touch and have a great time, really. So only part missing to that was obviously Sam. So Sam, don't worry, your time's coming in September. We're definitely going to try and make it one for the books as well. So let's get the formalities of Pints and Paints out of the way this week on behalf of my good friend Dan, actually, who brought this a long, long way for me to enjoy. And I am most certainly enjoying it. It's Copper Dog. It's a blended malt Scotch whiskey, and it is fantastic. I'm really enjoying it. So, cheers, Dan. Cheers to all you hobbyists, and let's get this started. So, obviously, a lot of big news this week in the hobby. There was a sort of show and tell in the studio with Adam Troke and Jay Clare on the GW Twitch feed, which was spectacular. I actually had the opportunity to watch that. If you didn't get a chance or you're not a subscriber, you can go. Andreas the Norwegian Viking does sort of a recap, but all in all, it was kind of a very big plug for the hobby, which was awesome, and talking about one of the new releases, which is what I'm going to talk about here today. Totally excited. It was out for pre-order today. I definitely pre-ordered mine, and that is the Mumak Warleader. So he's going to ring in at a imposing 400 points. He's going to come on a Mumak. He's 3 might, 2 will, 2 fate. And just awesome. He's got some really sweet special rules. These are all available on Forgeworld. They are listed as experimental. Not sure how much is going to change, but it has been play tested and they are 100% legal. So I believe Devin has made it known that it will be legal play at Nova. So I don't know if anybody's going to be taking them. The model itself, I'm going to add some stills at the end of the video, is absolutely stunning. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Pardon me, well worth the investment. And I might add, it's essentially the exact same price as a standard Mumak, but you get all the beauty Forgeworld bits and then the stunning miniature of the Warleader himself. So really excited to see how this guy plays. I am absolutely pumped to get a hold of mine. I do have a number of Mumaks that need some desperate attention, so I think that this will be my evil army of choice. Obviously those following the channel know I'm a diehard Iron Hills player when it comes to the forces of good. That is definitely my army of choice, but when it comes to evil, I had not yet made a decision, and thank you very much, Mr. Troke, for making this a very easy decision for me. So let's go into some of the special things this guy's got. He's got long-bladed spear, so you can use it either as a spear or a two-handed sword, which is pretty sweet. Comes on the Royal War Mumak, so he rides atop into battle upon his Royal War Mumak, the War Mumak of Harad, with the Mahud Beastmaster Chieftain, gnarled hide, sigils of defiance, tusk weapons upgrade. The Mumak Warleader replaces the Mahud Beastmaster Chieftain and is placed in the same manner as the Beastmaster. So that's pretty sweet. He has a particularly cool special rule, which I think is really going to make the Mumaks way more competitive, and that is going to be imposing presence. So the sight of the High King upon his Royal War Mumak can instill doubt in even the most skilled generals, and at a moment's hesitation can spell their doom. Whilst mounted upon his Royal War Mumak, at the first time each turn that enemy model declares a heroic move within 12 inches of the Warleader, roll a d6. On a 4+, the heroic move is immediately cancelled, and any might points spent in declaring it are lost. So that could be huge. He's also got High King. The Mumak Warleader's reputation is known throughout the wastes of far Harad, and from atop his Royal War Mumak he can directly command vast swaths of the Mahud army. Basically that gives him a 12-inch standfast. So that's awesome. There's nothing else, I don't believe. Rule-wise, I'll just go into sort of his standard stats here. Obviously dismounted, he moves 6, fight 5, shoot 3, strength 5, defense 5, 3 attacks, 3 wounds, 6 courage. So for 400 points, riding on that Mumak, that's spectacular. I'm really excited to get my hands on him and get him on the table. So that was sort of the big news. It's interesting that this kit was released. I know there had been some discussion with regards to a upgrade kit for the Mumak, so I'm not sure if this is going to follow up afterwards. Once sort of the impulse has worn off of purchasing this big guy, hopefully they're going to make some upgrade kits for the existing Mumak kit. I know I've got quite a few, and I would like to dress them out and make them look a little different and such. So I know I will be looking forward to hopefully seeing a new upgrade kit. So with that said, that's it for that. What's going on in the world of the OHA? There's a few events coming up. We just actually last weekend had a terrific turnout with the battle companies. So we did a battle companies event at the Game Chamber in London, and we had quite a few players, including quite a few players that we weren't even aware of in the London area, that have since sort of folded in and gotten in touch and stuff. So the player base in southwestern Ontario is growing tremendously. I think last count we're upwards of 30 people, so that's fantastic and exciting. It's great to see people playing even outside of whatever the OHA is doing. And when you start talking to them and they realize that there's a group going on, outside of that, it's really exciting. So excited to see where that goes. I know Dane and all the boys, Tyler, Evan, and that have some big plans coming up in the future. I myself on the 28th, unfortunately, won't be making Derek's event of the OSBGL because I will be hosting a demo day at the Chatham Comic Con. So we're going to be running a few different games if I have time. Obviously with the release of this new miniature, I'm super excited about Mumak, so I was going to try to do sort of a table that way, get one of those big beasties on the board just to get people excited walking by, and a little bit of the wow factor to sell the game. So I recently picked up a lot of miniatures from Tim off of the trade group, and some of them were painted very well, minimal touch-ups, little adjustments to the basing just to match my taste, and minor touch-ups here and there with regards to the paint, but it's given me a nice rounded force, filled out some definite gaps that I had. I made out like a bandit, got a whole bunch more Goblin Town already painted to a terrific standard, so just rebased those to match mine, did a few minor touch-ups. There's some Gondor, there's elves, there's dwarves. It was a crazy lot, and there's some pretty cool out of production miniatures that I was able to get my hands on, thankfully enough. So thanks very much to Tim for that terrific deal. It was absolutely fantastic. Got some pretty sweet models out of it. So quite happy with that. So it's been busy in the Forge. Been nice to get back and doing a little bit of Middle Earth stuff. It's nice when you can do some touch-ups here and there. And it gives you that sense of accomplishment because you're putting lots of painted miniatures up in the cabinet. So I've been quite excited about that. Barring that, I think there is some changes to one of the events this year that was held last year. So last year we did the Battle of Glenwood, and that was sort of like an open invitation. And that was a lot of fun. It was an outdoor event, had an absolute blast. We're going to come up with a special theme for that, but this year it's going to be done a little differently. It's going to most definitely be an invitational, I guess would be the best way to put it, and that's just simply because everything is getting so big. There's so many people now, which is absolutely fantastic that I just can't have you all at my house. So unfortunately it's going to become a little bit, it's going to change a little bit in format, but still looking forward to that. It's going to be an absolutely fantastic time. And obviously we're going to replace the Battle of Glenwood as an open event with another, whether it's a games day in London at the Game Chamber or something along those lines. We're definitely still going to have an event through the summer somewhere just to get some guys together and play some games. So really looking forward to that. I know channel wise we're going to be looking forward to getting a few more battle reports. George has been doing some painting, which is terrific to see. Guys have been throwing dice, playing games. I know the London OHA guys are starting a Wednesday night Battle Companies event, which is fantastic. So it looks like they're going to be playing that every Wednesday night, as well as, forgive me if I don't have the exact day, and George is away, so I can't get it from him. But it's either Friday or Saturday. There's a commitment, I believe, to one full day a month at the Game Chamber to play whatever SBG. Which is absolutely fantastic. So look for us there. We'll be taking some boards and some toys and having lots of fun. And that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get back to promoting the game and having some fun, and it's gonna be absolutely fantastic. So that is it. The next major OHA event is not going to be until September, and that is going to be Scouring the West Farthing. So if you want more details for that, that's the over there button. Go over to Facebook and have a look in the event sections. You can indicate you're coming to give us a sense of numbers. We're not going to be pushing that one too hard just yet, but rest assured, as the date approaches, we will be pushing to see who wants to come, as there will be limited space. As well, this will be going to a 2-day event. However, the primary tournament or game event, or whatever you want to call it, will be on the Saturday. Friday night will be sort of a fun social thing, but this year it's in the actual hall itself. So we have the hall for 2 evenings, or I'm sorry, yeah, 2 evenings basically, Friday and then all day Saturday into the evening. So, you know, we're looking at doing something exciting and fun there. Probably some sort of themed battle of some sort. Either that or open it up to battle companies and casual play and the like. So still very much in the infant steps with that event, and a lot of the other OHA guys are going to be stepping up to sort of champion that, as I'm going to be a little tied up with my wedding. So that being said, I've actually got to get moving here. This is going to be a quick PNP. I got to get to Kitchener because it is my buck and doe tomorrow. So I'm going to be having some fun. Luckily, I'm going to be running into the likes of OHA Tyler, Evan, and Mr. Entwistle, who's on his last weekend in Canada. So I'm excited that he's going to be able to make another appearance tomorrow. Get to have a few more pints with him. So definitely looking forward to that. So I'm going to let you go. Hope you've enjoyed sort of the information on the Mumak Warleader. I'll be sure to put some photos at the end here, just to let you see what it looks like. It's a stunning model. If you're interested in the rules itself, you can head on over to Forgeworld and basically click on the pre-order for this model, and there'll be a section there for downloads and the like, and it'll give you all the rules. So excited to see how this guy develops in the game and see what he can turn on his head, because I think it's going to be very cool indeed, and a lot of fun. To play, and sort of that 50-50 role with regards to the heroic actions, I think is really going to make the games interesting. So excited to see where it goes. Thanks for joining me today, guys, and you know, look for more PNP in the future. Look for some hobby vlogs, hopefully next week. Got a few goodies that I want to show off, so stay tuned, and we'll bring you more content right soon. Take care, guys. Cheers.